Hi, everyone, and welcome to another happy hour at the Boro. We're just going to take a few moments and get everyone coming on. If you come on and you want to let us know that you're here, say hi. Hi, Kay. How are you? Hope you're having a good day. Hi, Claudette. Thanks for joining. Hey, Sandra. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Shanique. Okay, it looks like we have a good enough crowd to start. I want to welcome you to another happy hour at the Boro. Thank you for coming and spending another hour with us. Today, we will be celebrating the class of 2020. There's just so much that's been going on in this past week, this past 90 days, this past 10 days. I mean, pick which one you want to focus on, but throughout all that, we have happy moments. We have, milestones that are met, and that should not be overshadowed. So let's celebrate and embrace and congratulate all of our grads, whether it be from kindergarten to elementary school, whether it be to middle school, graduating to high school, graduating to college and post. We want to congratulate all of our young people and just say job well done and how proud we are of you. I will start out with prayer, and tonight we will do it a little differently. After the prayer, we are just going to have a special item of music directly after the prayer, and then we will go on into our mental health check and continue on. So allow me to pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this day. I thank you for loving us. I thank you for providing for us. I thank you for being amongst us even when we don't feel you, Heavenly Father. May you continue to guide. May you continue to protect. May you continue to uplift and encourage your people, dear Lord. May this program, dear Lord, be pleasing to you, dear Lord. May only your will, your honor, and your glory be shown and received. These and other mercies I ask now and always. Amen.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. God of our weary years, God of our silent tears, thou who has brought us thus far on the way, thou who has by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever were in the path. We pray, lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadowed beneath thy hand, may we forever stand, true to our God, true to our native land.
That was Dinesha Reget singing Lift Every Voice and Sing. With everything going on over the past couple of days, I felt like that was a moment that we needed to understand that we don't need to lift black voice, white voice, yellow voice, green voice, whatever voices. It's all voices, and we are to be harmonious and united. So I just thought that that would be a wonderful message to start our program with. Now I'm going to step into our mental health check. Guys, you should know how this works by now. If not, sorry, I have a lot of messages coming in. If not, you look at our chart and pick the color that you are today, and post it in the comments. Let us know how you're doing. Me personally, I fluctuate between purple and orange. But let me know if this week has been great for you by giving me a green heart. If it's been just okay, let us know how this week has been going for you. And if you're shy, that's okay. Hi, Vanessa. Thank you. Yeah, it's been a tough week. Yeah. We have some okays. Okay. Yes. Stephanie, I'm hoping that we all can strive to the great that you are. That's the goal, for us to all feel great. So I thank you all for letting us know how you're doing. For those that are not doing well, for those that are struggling, we're praying for you. If you need special prayer, you can always reach out to our email address, and we can definitely connect you with our pastors or elders, and someone can definitely pray with you, or we can pray with you ourselves. Without further ado, we will go on to this afternoon's program. I must say that our commencement charge will be presented by Dr. Tiffany Llewellyn after the interview with our graduates. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. So today we celebrate two of our Kingsborough graduates, Marcus Darius, who graduated from FIT with a bachelor's degree in, let me say this right, advertising marketing? No. And a minor in economics and a minor in psychology. And also Jada Hudson, who graduated from the University of Bridgeport with a bachelor's degree in health professions. Am I correct? Welcome, guys. So thank you for consenting to be here. And first of all, I want to say congratulations on a job well done. Congratulations. Did you have your commencement services or online or something?
Yeah.
You did, Marcus?
I didn't have one yet because there's still hope that we'll be able to have one October 8th. That was the tentative date they gave at Madison Square Garden.
Oh, wow.
Maybe. We don't know what's going on now because there's like so much going on in New York City at this current moment. But hopefully.
Well, nevertheless, congratulations on graduating. Now, I must ask you, Jada, you went to church school your whole life until college, right? So I know that, the church school, the foundation is set and God is interspersed all through your education. And Marcus, you've been in church your whole life. You've been active in church, part of the choir, a junior elder, and different things. Could you talk to me a little bit about how God guided you in high school to college, your college choices, your major? Can you talk to me a little bit about that? Marcus, why don't you start?
I would say some of the choices that I made early on were sporadic in nature. In that, I'm still a young man, but I was a young man just trying to figure out my place in this world. And God kind of, he guided me on the right path. Like he made sure that I knew that I stood out amongst the others when I was in high school and when I was in college. So that kind of helped in nature and in starting my path.
Okay. Jada?
Yes, growing up in Seventh-day Adventist school since nursery, it's amazing. I wanted to experience something different, so I chose the University of Bridgeport. And going to that school, I started off in pre-science. So my goal was to be in the nursing program. So beginning of my college years, it was a little struggle managing my time. So I did kind of fail one of my classes in the beginning. So I didn't know if I was going to be able to get into the nursing program. So I kind of switched gears and went into health science with a concentration in community health. And by God's grace, the prerequisites were prereqs for nursing. So that's how I got into my major.
So good. That's good. I remember that. I remember the beginning, how hard it was for you being away. Can you talk to me a little bit about how your faith has been a source of strength throughout the whole college process? Jada, you can start.
Oh, yeah.
I would say when I would struggle in my classes, trying to figure out which path I would be going, I always had my dad's wise words. He always reminded me that he always reminded me how I was raised and how Jesus was always on my side. So every time I was down, I felt like I didn't know what to do. I always remember like I always have God by my side and his faith, by his faith, I accomplished many things. So
that's true. I'm going to say the same thing. Not just God, literally like what Jada just said, like I always had my mother's voice in my head. I had two voices, God and then my mom. And sometimes one was louder than the other, and it was the latter. It was my mother, I'll be honest with you. So like I always was kind of just on my toes about things. I knew what to do. I knew where I came from. I knew where I went every Sabbath, I'm a Seventh-day Adventist man of God. So a lot of the struggles that I had, I was able to combat those struggles because I knew my worth. I knew the worth in the space. And I had my mom's voice here. And of course, I always pray to God. So I always have God's voice with me too.
That's great. Beautiful. So even though you had mama's voice in one ear and God's voice in the other ear, you had your daddy's voice in one ear and you had God's voice in one ear. Jada, I know there were challenges. I know there were some challenges. What were some of the challenges you faced in college? What pulled you? Marcus, you start. Go ahead, Jada. No, go ahead, Jada. No. Go ahead.
In the beginning, so my freshman year, coming in, not knowing anybody, and it was a different experience and culture. So my friends that I have now, they aren't Seventh-day Adventists. So that was kind of like a struggle. So like, when in college, parties are usually Fridays and Saturdays, but mostly Fridays. So Sabbath starts Friday evening, sunset, and Saturday evening, sunset. So yes, I may have broken the Sabbath a couple of times in school, but so that was a struggle trying to always remember that. I would say also in the beginning, my grades weren't that good. I went to my lowest. I never been below a 3.0 in my life. So my freshman year, I went to a 2.9. So that was a struggle there. So trying to bring my grades back up, I would say was a struggle. And just being social, I was a shy girl, didn't like to talk. So those were a little of the struggles that I experienced in college.
Okay, and you, Marcus, you are shy. It's you're a different person now. Such a different person now. Marcus, how about you? What are some of the challenges you faced?
To start out, procrastination, of course, is probably my number one enemy. Procrastination. Also being more responsible, like going from high school to college, you're called to be more of an adult early on. Like you have to be on top of everything, your assignments. You have to be at class for a specific time. Like this isn't just an 8 to 3 p.m. schedule. Like you could be in school from 6:30 to 10:30. You know, like just like kind of balance being responsible and trying to just implement my life into this new world. Being a high school student is so different from being a college student. It's not even funny. Some other things. God calls us to be in the world, but not of the world. Struggling with like pure secular activities. Like being in college, there is nobody else that's doing what you're doing on a week to week, day to day basis in terms of just having a strong foundation in a religion, being religious. Like a lot of people aren't that religious. Being an example, having said what I just said, trying to be an example to my friends who come from different walks of life. Like going to FIT, I have friends that literally, I have a friend who's from Sweden. I have a friend who's from Japan. Like there's just so many different people, so many different cultures trying to find your way, but also just being different from other people was kind of like a struggle for me, I'd say.
It sounds like it was such a balance. It's such a balancing act you had to do. Well, so let's go to the flip side. Tell me about some of your best memories, your accomplishments that you're really proud of in school. Go ahead, Marcus. Tell us some of the things you're proud of.
1 year, me and my friend performed at like the spring swing concert, winning basketball tournaments between like faculty and students, taking on, like, as you said before, I double minored, so I took on extra course load. Just like I took on a lot of extra classes actually, but I needed to, because as much as I enjoyed my major, which was advertising, marketing, and communications, after about 2 to 3, 4 years, it's the same thing you're being taught, and I just needed something different from the rudimentary knowledge that I was being informed upon. And yeah, I would also say maintaining and establishing like real life connections and real relationships. I would say I met a lot of good people, like a lot of real like-minded individuals at my school.
I've heard that sometimes college friends are friends for life.
Yeah,
that's real. That's real. How about you, Jada? Jada, you're muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead.
Okay. I would say joining the #1 sorority in the world, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated.
Yes, ma'am.
Becoming president of my organization, being able to inspire others, being more outspoken. Also, like Marcus said, meeting lifelong friends. I've actually met friends who are actually Seventh-day Adventists in my school, so that's a good thing. And also graduating.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Those are huge accomplishments.
Yes.
So this semester, I remember you starting your senior year and how excited you were, Jada, about finishing, and Marcus, you and I have had conversations before, and you were all ready to go. And then COVID hit. How was it this semester? How was it for you guys? Marcus, how was it for you?
I would say it wasn't too difficult for me to start out with, only because I was used to online classes, and being home kind of intensified my focus. Like you have to actually, like, there was no other distractions. Like literally all of our vices were taken away from us as soon as the pandemic started. Like it's either I'm doing homework or I'm studying for class. Like there was no distraction. So it kind of actually helped in the long run for me. But I still miss the social factor. Like I enjoyed going to class because I developed relationships with like my professors and students, like with my classmates. So yeah, there's always that
Yeah.
give and pull, like give and take.
Okay, that's good. How about you, Jada? I know you are RA and you work and you do stuff. How was it for you coming home? And
It was a little bit of a struggle coming home, coming from freedom, being able to do anything I want, and then coming back in my parents' house, having to listen to the rules, doing chores. I had two jobs on campus, well, one on campus and one off campus. So, no more money coming in because I was on furlough. I also had my internship while I was at school. And then also some of my classes, it wasn't a struggle doing online classes because I've had online classes. So that wasn't bad. But my last semester, a couple of my classes, I had to be vocal and communicate with people. I had an acting class and many other classes. So that was a little bit of a struggle. And then now I'm home. I procrastinated a little on my work. It'll be due at 11:59. I'll be doing it at 11 o'clock because it's here. I could do it whenever. And then also my dad had caught COVID. So my mental was a little not there when he caught it. So that was a little bit of a struggle, but I made it through where I got to.
Yes, you did. Yeah, it must have been hard. You're used to juggling a lot of balls, and now that, that happens. But you guys made it through.
Yeah.
So talk to me about some of your future plans and how has the pandemic changed what you might be doing, even what's going on in the current climate? What are your future plans? What are your goals? Jada.
So I applied to an accelerated nursing program, Mercy. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. Good. If I get accepted, I'll be starting in September. If not, I'll be waiting to apply to other schools for January. And then I also want to get into phlebotomy to get be a certified phlebotomist. So that's my goal right now. So hopefully, by God's grace, schools open back up and be ready to go. That's my plan.
How about you, Marcus?
The table is wide open for me. I'll be absolutely honest. This pandemic has kind of sidetracked the next 1 to 2, maybe even 3 years of my life because there is just so little that can be done right now in terms of job market, in terms of just trying to find something to do. We're literally limited to our home. We're confined to these 4 walls that we wake up to. So, I got laid off middle of April. So I've been working at Acme Studios for about a year now. And my manager just told me like they can't afford to keep part-time workers. They can't even really afford to keep full-time workers. Like the market is just so messed up at this current moment. So I really don't know what to say. I don't know where I even see myself. In this person in my life, I don't know where I see myself. I usually could see where I'm at in like 2 to 3 years in. I don't know at this point.
You know what? Take a moment, just think about it, write down your goals and come back to it. This has been really tremendous for a lot of people, and a lot of people have to be rethinking. For example, let's even think about the high schoolers who are now leaving home to go to college and they just don't know what to think and what to do. And like you guys said, it was a change for you. What advice do you have for those who are coming on, behind you? And first, let me give a shout out to all the graduates that I know from Kingsborough. So we have Michaela, who graduated with her bachelor's degree in psychology from University of Bridgeport with you. We have Denicia, who graduated with her MSW from Fordham University. We have Chase Edwards and Cole Edwards, the twins, who graduated from high school. And Cole will be going to Howard University and Chase will be going to CUNY University. So what advice do you guys have for Chase, Cole, and the others who are coming up behind you?
Stay focused. Don't be discouraged. Some high school graduates aren't even trying to go to college if it's going to be online in the fall semester. And I completely understand why they wouldn't want to. But still, try to make that attempt to actually go to college. Just know that the difference between high school and college is so different. My first semester, it was a wake-up call for me. Like my first semester at FIT, because I thought I could treat school as if it was still high school, and college is not high school. It's not on the
It's
same
not.
playing field. So
Not
much
on the
different.
same.
So yeah, just try to be more responsible.
Good advice. Very good advice. Miss Jada?
I would say, for those who are living on campus, I would say get involved from the start. Go to programs. Don't stay in your room like I did my freshman year. Like, be involved, get to know people. And if you're not doing good, don't be afraid to ask for help. They have tutors, people who are there to help you so your grades could stay on track. And like Marcus said, college is way different from high school, and 8 a.m. in high school is totally different from an 8 a.m. in college. So really different. So I would say try to pick your classes wisely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I had an 8 a.m. this semester, and I had an overnight job, so I was coming in at 6:30 in the morning, having to wake up for my 8 a.m. class. Not the best decision, but it's totally different. So I would say, yeah, get involved and be there for others, inspire others.
That is such good advice. Guys, I really want to thank you, and we all celebrate you. We are so immensely proud of you and all you have accomplished. And believe me, the best is yet to come. In Marcus, the best is yet to come. Don't be discouraged. Things will work out. And Jada, I can't wait to go to a hospital and you be my nurse. All right, guys. So we're finished, and now we will have a commencement charge from Dr. Tiffany Llewellyn. Dr. Tiffany Llewellyn she's known as the community clinician, and she is a DSW, LCSWC, and she works at Johns Hopkins there. And she's also the head of the Adventists for Social Justice. This is a grassroots organization that started a few years ago, which is really on the front lines, helping to galvanize everyone as Adventists to really push for social justice for all. Hear her. Hear ye her.
Pardon the technical difficulties, guys. We will restart that program. Guys, we apologize. We seem to be having a bit of technical difficulties, so we will work on that in the background. And until then, we will move on to our talent spotlight, and we'll come back to Dr. Llewellyn shortly.
Hi, KBT family. This is my spoken word, The Graduate. The long road ahead toward a direction that is clear yet unseen. It is to have the tenacity of the talented 10th. It is to soar through multiple storms of adversity and still be intact. The commitment to burn the midnight oil to then wake for an 8 a.m. class. It is a consistency of knowing through each breakdown or failed exam that I can make it and screaming that I can do better. The daily affirmations of reminding yourself the goal. It is to examine each syllabus. It is to go and rate my professor and still see they aren't so good. The ambition to teach oneself many lessons in the library. To have the security guard tell you the library is closed. It is to have part-time jobs to pay off a school bill. It is to enjoy the taste of ramen noodles when your money has run dry. The lessons of never giving in and never giving up. It is to call up your friends and say, I can't make this night. It is to cram the night before. It is to fall and stand again with the belief that I can do it and it can be done. The student's heartbeat echoes perseverance with the arms that lift up heavy textbooks full of hope. Hope that breaks down like fragments with the symphony of prayers and strength for tomorrow. The reaping and sowing of dedication comes together. The loans, internships, bursar bills, long hours, the standalone group projects bring clarity to the forefront of your frontal lobe. To stride with swag, walk into the beat of your power that you now earned and possess. It is to finally see the road and turn back to see each level of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior year. To mount on the stage or see your name flash across the TV screen in your living room. To stand in that cap and gown and finally move your tassel to the left side. The hollering of congratulations, the class of 2020. Rise up with pride, proudly say, here I am. I am the master and author of my future. I am the backbone of ambition and distress held together by prayers and psalms. I am courage, the seed that is planted here to bloom again. I am my Father's child. Look in my eyes and you will see that he has not given me the spirit of fear, but of power, love, and of a sound mind. As you parade through the crowd of loved ones with joy of congratulations bursting forth, each congratulations is a reminder that no storm held by the Father can ever clip your wings. It is to say, I am a graduate and my life has always been my birthright. So laugh without fear of the future, because it's always been yours. Thank you so much. God bless you guys.
Congratulations to the graduating class of 2020 at the Kingsborough Temple SDA Church. My name is Dr. Llewellyn, and I am just so honored to be able to join with you, with your family, your friends, and your loved ones in just celebrating and acknowledging this momentous occasion today. So thank you for just the opportunity to be a part of this celebration. You have officially unlocked the next level of your living, the next level of your existence, and the next level of your purpose. We know that with education comes responsibility, with education comes direction, with education comes accountability, and education gives us an opportunity to turn knowledge into impact. And so, as you unlock and step into the next level of yourself, I encourage you today to think about what impact it is that you are going to leave on this world. I know that might be a big ask, and I don't know what the circumstances are around your life. But I know that when I graduated college, I found myself in a position as an undocumented immigrant, thinking about the impact that I wanted to leave on this world, thinking about what I know God was calling me to do, and not necessarily knowing how. And I want to encourage you that whatever it is that wakes you up in the morning, whatever that fire and that passion is that burns within you, whatever it is that God is unlocking in you in this next level, that He is more than equipped to give you every single thing you need to be able to achieve that dream and achieve that goal. You see, we know that it was just not too long ago that our ancestors were beaten and bruised just for trying to learn. And so the fact that you have graduated, the fact that you have acquired a degree is a direct act of resistance against a system that has tried to tell us that we are not good enough. We know that there have been systems, and you may have experienced it even through your academic journey, that have tried to tell you and sell you this lie that because of the color of your skin, there are ceilings over your head and there are doors that you can encounter. But I stand here today to remind you that in this next level, we condemn every lie that has been tried to put into the minds of our people. We are living in one of the most transformative times in our world's history, one of the most transformative times in our country, and one of the most transformative times in our society. And we know that whatever it is that God has called you to do, he does not he does not fail to match passion with purpose. God is not just calling us to acquire degrees and education just to have letters behind our name. No. God is looking at what's happening in society right now, and he is saying to the graduates at Kingsborough Temple that I have work for you to do in this next level. And so as we look around and we look at racialized violence against our people, as we say the names of individuals like Ahmaud Arbery and Breonna Taylor and George Floyd, knowing and feeling the pain of our people deep inside, we grieve, we mourn, and we find space and time to do that so that we can now turn our pain into purpose, so that we can go out into a society that may never roll out the red carpet for us, a society that may never welcome us in and ensure that our presence is felt, ensure that our voices are heard, and ensure that we are doing our part in making a system that values all lives, especially Black lives. And so today, graduates, you've got work to do. I believe that whatever it is that God is calling you to, there are people in your community, there are people in this world, there are people who may not even know your name, that is depending on you to be obedient, that is depending on you to be committed, that is depending on you to sacrifice, to do just what it is God is calling you to do. This is not the time for us to sit back and be silent. This is not the time for us to sit back and do nothing. No. This is the time for us to really reflect on where God is unlocking us in and being obedient and committed and sacrificing for that call. And I have no doubt that every single graduate at Kingsborough Temple has just what it takes to be able to do just that. We're waiting on you. We are needing you to answer that call. I believe that God has called some people to be agitators. And that means that in whatever your passion and your purpose is, God will use you to be a voice. God will use you to stand up and speak out. God will use you to raise the light, shine the light, and raise the call on issues that impact people disproportionately, issues that impact those that Jesus Christ had such a heart for, such a ministry and a mission for, those who have been pushed to the margins of our society. And so today I encourage you to think about whether God has called you to be an agitator. There are others of us that I believe that God has called to be innovators. And if you are a graduate or you are just attending this graduation today, I want you to think about whether or not God has gifted you with the unique sense of thinking, unique ideas, and a creativity to be able to take a thing and shift a thing and move a thing into a new space in a new way that will create an impact in our world. Some of us are called to be innovators, and I believe that there are graduates and supporters here today that God may be calling to be an innovator. And if by chance you might not be an agitator or you might not be an innovator, God might be calling you to be an orchestrator. There are some of us that God has called and gifted with a godly purpose to be able to take an idea, hear an issue, and strategize and organize and be able to create steps for implementation. And so today, as we talk about education and we talk about progress and we talk about our society and we look in our world, I really want to encourage us to think about, especially for our graduating class today, where God has purposed and unlocked you to go in this next level. Are you an agitator? Are you an innovator? Are you an orchestrator? You see, it's important that we identify exactly where God has unlocked us to go and what God has called us to do. Because in moments where we look in our world and we feel overwhelmed by our purpose, in moments when we look in our world and we feel like there's no way that God can be calling me to do a particular thing, it's at that time that we lift each other's heads and we clasp our hands and we move forward and we move together, because the collective work of all of us is what will make the impact that God is calling us all to do. And so that's my simple ask for each and every one of us today. For you, graduating seniors, as you are moving into the next level of your life, that you remember that we come from resilient people. You are resilient people. You stand on the shoulders of so many whose blood has built this land, whose bodies have always been acts of resistance, whose minds have created things and systems that this world benefits for. Listen, we reject every lie of dehumanization of our people because we come from a resilient stock. And I know that we look in our world right now and it feels hard and it feels overwhelming and it feels like our part might not make a difference. But I encourage you to be obedient to the call, to be committed to the call, to sacrifice for the call, to be a part of what it makes to make godly impact on our world. This is what Christ did when he came on our earth, in not just changing systems, but touching lives. And it's the work that God is calling us to do today. And I believe that you are not the generation of next. No, you don't have next, you have now. And I am excited and I am inspired by the generations that you belong to, that I believe God is moving and shifting into the now. You have high energy, high accountability, high responsibility, and high purpose. And this is your time to be able to clasp hands so that we can do this work together. Education comes with responsibility, and you have a responsibility to your community to turn that knowledge into transformational impact. We know that you can do it. We stand with you as you do it. We hold hands and we lift each other's heads as we do it. We take one breath at a time and one step at a time. And we know that one day society will continue to see that Black lives indeed do matter, to hear our voices, to see our pain, and to know that we belong. And if perchance someone else never do it, I encourage you that we continue to do it for each other. And together we will certainly change this world. So congratulations again. We celebrate you. We are anticipating the impact that you will make on this world. And I can't wait to hear and read and see the amazing things that you go forth and do. Congratulations.
Thank you, guys. That is the end of today's program. We hope you enjoyed. We hope that Dr. Tiffany Llewellyn has charged you in your heart, in your mind, to go forward and fight the good fight. We hope that you'll join us next week when we are featuring our program, A Life of Purpose, the Male Bosses. Our male bosses for next week will be Kevin Jackson and Marquise Ellison. The following program we're working on, I'll announce it next week, but it will be in the lines of focusing on what's happening in today's environment. Does being Adventist mean that I don't have to be active? we'll touch on that in 2 weeks, but join us next week when we celebrate our male bosses. Have a great night and stay blessed.